Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Classic Comics. Today I'm reviewing the season finale of The Mandalorian. Needless to say, this has big spoilers in it, so if you haven't seen this episode, you should really do that first. Okay, now let's get into this. So the episode begins with Mando, Boba Fett, Cara Dune, and Fennec Shand capturing an Imperial shuttle with Dr. Pershing on board. Now, Dr. Pershing is the scientist experimenting with Grogu's blood for Moff Gideon. Next, they track down Bo-Kataan and ask her for assistance in saving Grogu. In return, Mando offers her Moff Gideon's starship and the Darksaber. Now, Casca, the other Mandalorian, attacks Boba Fett, and she totally owns him, which I think was kind of BS, but whatever. Bo-Katan refuses at first, but she is swayed by the promise of the Darksaber. They then stage an attack, with Boba Fett and Slave One pretending to attack the shuttle, and they use this charade to approach and land the shuttle on Moff Gideon's ship. Then Bo-Katan, Casca, Fennec, and Cara Dune fight their way through a bunch of stormtroopers to the cruiser's bridge to take control of the ship. And yes, stormtroopers are still pretty much pathetic. Meanwhile, Mando goes after Grogu and winds up fighting the Dark Troopers. He barely defeats one of them by using the Beskar spear, and then he ejects the rest of them out into space. He then goes to Grogu's cell and finds Moff Gideon there. Gideon threatens to kill Grogu with the Darksaber first, then they get into a fight, and Mando uses the spear to defeat Moff Gideon. He then takes Gideon and Grogu to the bridge to meet with the others. Now, arriving on the bridge, Gideon notes that Mando is now the rightful owner of the Darksaber, obviously trying to create division between Mando and Bo-Katan. Now, Mando offers the Darksaber to her, but Gideon says that she has to win the Darksaber in battle, or her possession of it really is kind of meaningless. Then the Dark Troopers fly back onto the ship and make their way to the bridge. Mando and the others seal the blast doors to the bridge and prepare for an all-out battle with the Dark Troopers. The Dark Troopers start to batter down the blast doors, but at this point, an X-Wing arrives. Who is on this ship? It was at this point that I thought, no way they're doing this. Now, in a way, Mando and the others become just like the audience as they watch on a view screen as a lone cloaked figure moves through the ship's corridors. He encounters the Dark Troopers and brandishes a lightsaber, a green lightsaber. We then see that his right hand is covered by a black glove while his left hand is bare. Now, this Jedi pretty easily cuts through all the Dark Troopers and he makes his way to the bridge. They open the blast doors and the Jedi enters, and sure enough, it's freaking Luke Skywalker. He comes over to take Grogu away, but Grogu is reluctant. Now, Luke tells Mando that Grogu wants his permission to go. Mando tells Grogu he needs to go with Luke, and then removes his helmet to show his face to Grogu, which is something he's never done before. Then R2 arrives, and he and Grogu compete to see which one is cuter. Luke then takes Grogu and he leaves, and the episode ends there. Or does it? Because there's an in-credit scene in which we see Boba Fett and Fennec travel to Jabba's palace on Tatooine. Fett kills Bib Fortuna and claims Jabba's former throne, setting up a new show with him and Fennec Shand, which will be coming out next year. Now, I thought Bib Fortuna was killed when Jabba's sail barge blew up. So, how is he alive now? I did a little research, and by that I mean I went to Wikipedia, and I found out that in the extended universe lore, Fortuna jumped off of the barge at the last second and survived the explosion. This explosion, somehow. So I guess Jabba's sail barge is going to kind of wind up being like Krypton. Basically, the only people who actually died when Krypton exploded were Jor-El and Lara. Pretty much everyone else on Krypton, when the planet blew up, somehow survived. And I guess over time we're going to find out that Jabba's sail barge is kind of the same way. The only one who actually died when his sail barge exploded was probably Jabba himself. Pretty much everyone else survived by jumping away at the last second somehow. Bib Fortuna survived. Boba Fett survived. Max Rebo survived, even though he doesn't seem to have any legs. These Klatooinians survived. This guy probably has a name and a whole webpage dedicated to him somewhere out there. And in 20 years, we'll find out he survived, and then he'll get a spin-off movie or something. So does this mean that Star Wars is back? No, because this is still a thing that happened. I enjoyed the finale, but it's going to take more than that to make me go running back into Kathleen Kennedy's arms. My attitude towards Star Wars right now is kind of like that line Leo DiCaprio had in Django Unchained. You had my attention, but now you have my curiosity. In other words, yeah, I see what you're doing, Lucasfilm, and I like it, but it's going to be a long time before I'll actually trust you again. Yes, it was awesome seeing Luke again, but I can't help thinking that with the current continuity, Grogu is probably going to get wiped out by Kylo Ren when Luke's Jedi Temple gets destroyed, isn't he? So yeah, that's right, folks. In case you had any more reason to hate this guy, he killed Baby Yoda on top of killing Han and everything else. So I like the direction that Lucasfilm is going in regards to Star Wars, but the sequel trilogy really still sours the whole thing for me. Some people suggest that the sequel trilogy will be retconned somehow. I'll believe that when I see it, personally. But thumbs up on this episode, a big thumbs up. Let me know what you thought of this episode in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Also, please sub to the channel and hit the bell for notifications, and I will see you all next time. Thanks for watching.